Family Magic Weekly, where we take your vacation, which would be a Bob Cratchit sort of dinner affair with a little bird and everything, and then we roll up like the happy new Ebenezer Scrooge with the big prize goose of good ideas and improve the vacation, therefore making your Christmas/vacation very merry.
That was all over the place.
It was extended metaphor in a sense. So today what we wanted to talk about with you is saving money. It's Christmas time, everybody's spending way too much money, so the last thing you want to do is spend way too much money when you go to Disney World also. Even though it's going to happen no matter what, we want to give you some ideas that are going to, stop the bleeding.
Alright, so when doing our Disney trips, I have been the investigator, the planner, the money saver, the fun spoiler to some extent.
No.
There are some things that you have drawn the line at. But there are a lot of things that we have done that we have found extremely helpful in saving money and a lot of time saving time when we go to Disney.
Right, but mostly money, because it's what we're talking about.
Well,
Yeah.
and in turn. Some of these things are probably no-brainers, things that you've heard from everyone, and some of them may be new. The first thing that I always suggest to everyone is pack your own ponchos. We've got them laying everywhere from...
Yep. You get them around here. I don't know if you guys have Dick's Sporting Goods, but they sell these emergency rain ponchos. These, I think, are actually at the cash register.
You can get them at the dollar store.
Yep.
You can get them at, like you said, you can get them at Dick's. Depending on the time of year, you should be able to find them a lot of places.
Correct. And they're, they're not like ones that you keep. They're disposable.
Which are great for many reasons.
Yeah.
Because if you are caught in a rainstorm in Disney and you walk into a gift shop and you have to spend $20 per poncho, and then as soon as that 5-minute rainstorm is done, you have to wrap that wet thing up and store it. Mm-hmm. It gets gross. I've done it. I've been caught without a poncho and have purchased one of those big expensive ones. And a lot of times, you can't find them they will sell out of them really quickly if you're there during the rainy season.
They are pretty good at putting them out.
Oh yeah.
And getting umbrellas out when it rains.
But you are going to spend about $20 for a poncho.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's still just a poncho.
Right.
You're not going to wear a Disneyland. You're not going to wear a Disney World poncho probably anywhere other than Disney World. I don't know if you're ever going to wear a poncho anywhere else, but you're not going to need a fancy nice poncho. You just need to keep yourself dry, if you even care to. Half the time I can't even be bothered to put them on. But, a lot of people do wear them. So they, they usually just put them on, keep them on for as long as you need them, and you can just throw them out, and then you have another one. It's $1 or so.
Yes. So what I've kind of, through trial and error, I've purchased enough for each person for each day of the trip. So if we open one, we kind of keep it through the day. Yep, the nice thing about traveling with a kid is that stroller.
You have your poncho allowance for the day.
As you can see, we've been fortunate that we have a surplus because a couple of our trips, I think our last trip,
there wasn't any rain at all.
No rain, and we were there. It was spring,
yes.
And we were there for 4 days, and we not once saw a drop of rain, which was apparently very uncommon for that time of year.
So as you can see, we've been able to roll over our we're very wealthy in poncho.
We are.
Now.
Got a whole bag of them over here. So that would bring us to the next thing.
Speaking of water.
If you've ever been to an amusement park, you know that water is very expensive if you're buying it per bottle in the park. And if you are spending an entire day in the park, you're going to be very thirsty. a lot of people will say that you can just get fountain water, or drink from the water fountain and bring an empty water bottle. Those are options. A lot of people will complain about the Florida tap water. I personally can't stand the taste of it.
Or you could collect water in the poncho and then just funnel it.
We pack our own water bottles and snacks and sometimes even meals in the park. Again, with the benefits of having a stroller when traveling with a toddler is you have a place to hang a cooler. So Disney policies, as of this video anyway, are you can carry soft-sided coolers into the park. No glass and no plastic straws in Animal Kingdom. So otherwise you're pretty good to go. We have found this collapsible cooler from 31, a little pitch there, has been so useful in so many ways. This one's monogrammed, but we just shorten the strap on this sucker and hook it over the arm of the stroller. And what we do is each morning we run down to the ice machine with a gallon. Of course, now I've got, this is one of my handy.
With a bunch of ponchos.
I pack this every time we go down. So we fill a gallon Ziploc bag with ice and stuff it with water bottles. And then if there's any like snacks or anything that would melt in the heat, we shove them in there too. At the end of the day, the cooler's usually empty except for a Ziploc bag of water, and you can just toss it out. But it's really nice to take one of these because it's collapsible, so you could take it if you're flying or driving. You don't have to worry about the whole packing for a plane ride kind of thing. And if you're driving, pack some cases of water. You can get a case of water for what it costs for one bottle in the park. And we usually end up having leftover water, which we rather have that than $150 worth of water bottles that we spent in the park.
That being said, another way to go about this is if you know you're going to be going to Starbucks.
Did that on a short trip.
I believe they filter their water, so you're not getting, you're not just getting straight Florida tap water.
Yeah.
You can get, they will give you, ice water with your order. We never went and just asked for water. I don't know if they'll do that without, there's some of the refreshment stands, they'll give you water.
They will.
But I don't know if Starbucks will.
They will. It is nice to be able to, we do this because, when you're there for an extended period of time, it is nice to just be able to pull out a bottle of water and drink it and put it away. When we went in May for our short trip, we decided to see what it was like to not do this. And
I'm a caffeine fiend, so, basically every time we changed a park, I was probably stopping at Starbucks.
Which is not a money-saving tip
tip at all.
But the money you're saving on a $4 bottle of water, you can buy iced Americano. Yeah,
you buy coffee and then, you get 2 or 3 waters and you get the big ones. That's another way to just sort of keep hydrated.
The water, not the coffee.
Yeah, don't do that coffee. There's that option too. So, you don't always have to live and die by bottled water. There are ways, there's more than one way around that.
So a way to acquire all those cases of water if you are flying, or if you just don't feel like packing all that stuff, is something that we've grown accustomed to doing every trip. Grocery shopping. Now there are many different ways that people go about this. A lot of people who drive, or even people will catch a cab or an Uber, will go to the nearest Walmart, Publix,
there's a big Walmart.
They'll do their grocery shopping. We not a fan because we are all about doing everything that we can in a lot of amount of time, and grocery shopping is not on that list.
I personally have no interest in like running errands on vacation, which is what that feels like to me.
What we do is we use an online grocery service. There are different ones that people recommend. We have had a lot of success and are very happy with Garden Grocer.
Mm-hmm.
They will not only do the grocery shopping, but they will also bring alcohol.
Yeah, they will run to the liquor store for you, which if you're going to Disney World with kids is another tip. But,
not only is it a money-saving tip to have a case of beer in the room, but when those kids crash at 8 and mom and dad are looking at each other going, ugh, we can't, then it's nice to be able to just sit on the balcony and have a drink. But back to Garden Grocer. So this is, I think you've seen this in videos before. I made this in preparation for our long trip in 2015. Yeah. And when it came time for our trip, I actually found a vacation budget thing, and I had groceries in here. One of the first things was our order number and our confirmation and everything for Garden Grocer. So when you check into your hotel, the bell service will bring your groceries right to your room. So it's really nice. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that a lot of things have been changing in the resorts about all of it, because I know a lot of people have started to use Amazon to ship in diapers and groceries and all that kind of stuff. And I think a lot of the resorts have changed their policy because of the amount of packages coming in ahead of vacation. So definitely check whichever way that you decide that you want to do it. Definitely check with the resort. I know that the resorts that have conference center or convention halls
facilities
have like a receiving fee per box. We haven't had any issues, and not only that, but one of the resorts that we were staying in we stayed in a studio at Beach Club, and I had a bunch of groceries that needed to go in a freezer, and it was just one of those mini fridges with a little slot freezer. So bell service actually kept our groceries in the freezer for our whole trip, and every morning I would just go down with a plate and grab a couple frozen waffles and bagels. Which the groceries also come into play with, saving time, not only just money, because we have kind of built up a system where we eat breakfast while we're getting ready in the room, and that way we can kind of hit the ground running in the morning.
Which we have talked about.
But so our groceries mostly probably consist of water, snacks, and breakfast. And it's very, very much worth the $14 or $10 or $14 fee to have them deliver them to you when you consider how much money you're going to save, even if you're just having a case of water delivered. So, next thing?
Next thing is...
Alright, so this is a little, I don't know how Chris felt about me putting this on the list. This is one of those things that kind of got an eye roll. If you have kids and you plan on doing any of the nighttime, the parades, the fireworks, you're going to see those carts of really flashy light things go off, and they are very expensive.
They're very expensive. A car is very expensive. I would say they're very expensive.
For a lighty, flashy thing, they're very expensive.
They're on the high side.
So,
if you're pricing out your lighty, flashy things, these are some of the more expensive lighty, flashy things you can get.
So they're also things that we have acquired a plethora of. Glow sticks that you are activating. Congratulations. Hit up the Dollar Tree, the Family Dollar, and you can pack your entire suitcase with these suckers. You can get glow wands, you can get crowns. Working? Yes, it's very bright. It takes a while. You only cracked it once.
Oh.
So keep cracking. Keep going. I bought a whole tube of bracelets, and when your kid is only a year and a half or 2 years old, it glows and they like it. I even found ones that were battery operated that you could switch and they were glowing. He still walks around with that thing. So this became something that I recommend. I know it seems kind of
something oddly satisfying about snapping them. It's good. It's very like it's like popping bubble wrap. It was very satisfying. I don't.
All right, so I guess we'll round it out with another little tip that we came up with, and you're gonna see if you start looking into this, probably a million different suggestions. Autograph books.
Yes. This one worked out very well.
This one worked out really well, and I'm sure as I'm speaking, Chris will put a little video here.
I have to.
William actually loved the system that became our autograph book for our trip, our September trip in 2015. I kind of wanted, as a kid, I went to Disney a lot, and we have
Wasn't working.
Autograph books shoved in closets and on bookshelves, and we got the first 10 pages signed, and then that was it, and they were abandoned because you never remember to bring them on your next trip.
No.
So I wanted something different, and I've seen, if you search on Pinterest, some great suggestions, but at the same time I wanted something that would be not a hassle to carry. Like one of the things that I really considered doing that I saw on Pinterest was a picture frame and having all the characters sign around the mat of the frame. But then the more I thought about it, I was thinking that could be a real hassle to be carrying around a mat for the entire trip. And then if it gets wet, forget it, the whole thing's over. So what I ended up...
And you're buying ponchos for your mat. So we decided just have the character sign a poncho.
No, that's not what we did.
No.
Not what we did. So I, being the former teacher that I was, I had little index card boxes, and I just went and bought a stack of unlined index cards and saw at Target in the dollar bins these little, they were about this big, and I should have pulled it out to show you. I'm sure you'll see it in a picture or video. A little clipboard, and William walked around with one of those tiny backpacks with the leashes on it. I got eyes and words and everything.
Oh, that was in last week's video.
Yeah.
Walking around with that.
And in that backpack was the index card box, a Ziploc bag full of Sharpies, and the clipboard. So anytime we came across a character, I'd put an index card on the clipboard and hand that and a Sharpie to William, and he loved handing that to the characters to get them to sign it. And it was kind of funny because then it became like he didn't want anything to do with like interacting. He just would hand them the clipboard.
It was all about the paperwork.
He was all about getting the autograph.
Yeah.
And what I ended up doing with them is I put them in the scrapbook that I made. And so the autograph is in the page with the picture and all my pretty scrapbooking decorations. So
those are our money saving tips for this week. We'll be doing other videos on this topic with some other tips. If you have tips, we'd love to hear them. If you've had experience doing the things that we've done, we'd like to hear about your experiences doing that. So please comment under the video or tweet us at Family Magic WKLY or on Facebook Family Magic Weekly, Pinterest Family Magic Weekly, YouTube Family Magic Weekly, and FamilyMagicWeekly.com.
As I was writing up the list for this, I kind of thought of a million things. So we might make this a two-parter.
Yeah.
If you want to hear more, let us know.
The other thing, is another piece of housekeeping. We have also, as you noticed, if you've been following us the last 2 weeks, we've posted videos, which are actually our vacation vlogs. A lot of the footage that you see, the file footage of our vacations, come from trips that we've taken. So we've actually decided to share some of those videos with you as well. So sort of interspersed with our normal videos, you're also going to be seeing those vlogs. Don't think that because we're making those videos, we're not doing these anymore, or vice versa. We are going to be doing both. That's it for this week. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Yep, and we'll see you next week. Be careful.